Alex just moved the Ram Charger out, and what did you freaking do to the Ram Charger? Just about 2 years ago, James and I purchased a 1988 Dodge Ram Charger in the good old peach state of Georgia. The sucker ran and drove so perfectly, we ended up driving it the 80 miles home. And then 6 months later, we ended up fixing a throttle body, brakes, and a bunch of other broken things 24 hours in advance of taking it on Hot Rod Power Tour 2022. After that fun and extremely hot adventure, it ended up springing a fuel leak, which we swore up and down that we'd fix, but of course, we never did. Flash forward to early 2024, I decided, hey, I miss driving this thing, let's fix it. So we got it all fixed and spiffy, and then one day, this happens. We bought this thing about like 2 years ago now, and it's time to get back on it. So we have to work on it mechanically, but also we have to do some body work, which is what we're gonna do right now. Alex just moved the Ram Charger out, and what the f was... What did you freaking do to the Ram Charger? Dude! What the? Dude, yeah. Bro, you tacoed the freaking door. What the We just fixed this thing. You know, oh man. Dude. I try not to get too bent out of shape on these things just because, unfortunately, accidents just happen, but at least everybody's okay. Somehow, though, Alex managed to wrinkle this door so bad that it will literally not shut nor open. But you know what they say about wrinkles? They are the aftermath of all the good times, until someone smashes your door. Let me tell you, trying to find a door in this economy is dang near impossible. It's almost cheaper to buy a whole truck. So we did. And today's the day we are gonna finally get a door for it. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be the most conventional way, like buying a part from a parts car. We're having to buy a whole parts car. But thankfully, James has another Ram Charger that he bought. Surprise, surprise. So not only will we basically battle the Ram Chargers eventually, but we have enough parts for both cars. So yeah, we're gonna get everything loaded up, get the trailer hooked up, and then we're gonna head off to Georgia somewhere. I don't know, Alex knows. I don't know how I feel about this whole like buying things without James knowing. He has no idea that we're buying a whole truck. He knows that we're going to get a door. I don't know, it's fun to mess with James though, isn't it?
He's easy to mess with, so.
All right, off to Georgia we go. Finding Ram Chargers for parts are few and far between, but finding D100s, those are easy, and that's exactly what we were able to find pretty much in our own backyard. I was a little disappointed that this D100 wasn't in bad shape because I almost feel guilty wanting to tear it apart. Now I'm not even sure if we should buy this thing. Let's take a quick break for a second. The internet is a really fun place to find cool cars, watch us wrench on junk, or even post your own junk. But you know what's not cool? When your personal information ends up online in unwanted places. I don't know about you, but it doesn't make me feel good when I find out that my cell phone number, my home address, my personal email, or even my social security number ends up online. That's why we're talking about today's sponsor, Aura. Aura is an incredible online tool that provides a wide variety of services to protect your personal information online. Anytime you put your personal information anywhere online, there are hackers and data brokers waiting to capture that info and sell it to other people. And unfortunately, this can lead to getting your identity stolen, people opening credit cards under your name, or even selling your other information to companies like spam callers, and then you get 30 phone calls a day. Something really scary is that you can actually go onto Google, type in your email address or type in your phone number, and there's a good chance a lot of your personal information will pop up that you really don't want the whole world seeing. This is where Aura comes in to keep your data safe. It shows you all of your critical information that you need to be aware of in case of any threats to your online security. If you want a peace of mind knowing that all your personal information is safe from all of the internet scaries, download the app and give it a try yourself. You can click the link down below in the description or head over to aura.com/HHWheels to get your first 14 days free and give it a try yourself. I promise you won't be disappointed. Now back to the video. Well, honestly, looking at a truck, I didn't want to buy it at all. Like at all. I still don't really want to buy it, but I made him a good offer on it that I didn't think he was going to take.
Yeah, me neither.
The door itself to me is $200. Okay. Everything else, I'm sure I could pretty easily sell, it would just take some time, and you can just tell he wants it out of his yard and he doesn't have the time for it. And honestly, the truck is really solid. The doors are beautiful. The interior is beautiful. We're just gonna make money on this truck. If I decide to part it out, that is still a huge mystery to me, but we have a Ram Charger door. James, when you're watching this, I hope you're proud of us for making equally as stupid purchases as you do. You want some help? It doesn't want to roll now. James is either going to be really proud of this purchase or he's going to kill us.
Yes, to both. It could be really cool.
He's not going to want to take this truck apart.
I was going to take the doors off and just commando tire Jeep truck.
Comanche truck? Yeah. All right, get in the truck. Pull it forward. Let's go. Just don't run over all this while you're at it, okay? Don't.
You're going to go forward more.
Get in the truck and pull forward. Good Lord, I have no idea why we struggle bust so hard on getting this truck loaded. In fairness to us, the tires were flat as heck, it had basically melted itself into the dirt, which was now mud, and we had to avoid running over this guy's drainage field. But after what felt like an eternity, we got the darn thing loaded up. Well, we do have it loaded on the truck and trailer, but we have the truck on the trailer, the truck's on the trailer. Anyways, it's all loaded up, we're good to go. Alex is kind of cleaning up all the straps in the back, and then we are heading back to the shop because it's just starting to rain. We thought this truck was going to be kind of crap. Like, I thought there was going to be rust on the bottom of the door. The doors are perfect. The cab is perfect. There's so many nice aspects to this truck that I just can't justify scrapping it. I don't want to do that. So what we'll do is take some things we can apart, part what we can out, and save some stuff for the Ram Chargers. It's gonna be so nice to have my Ram Charger back on the road. I miss that thing already. I mean, we just got it back on the road the beginning of this winter, which was like 2 months ago, and now it's been sitting for like 3 weeks. So I'm just happy, but a lot more work. So we love you, James. Sorry we don't tell you these things. I guess you just have to come home. It's new door time, but I have to get the old door off first, and I'm hoping to do this without messing up the fender because I don't want to change the fender. Although it did kind of hurt me on the inside to do this, cutting the door was literally the only way to get it open enough to get ample access to the hinges behind it. Will that work? Perfect access to the hinges is now how to take the whole fender off. I'm glad we thought smarter and not harder, because just imagine if I went to the trouble of taking the fender, the hood, the inner fender well, all that stuff off, and I would have realized that I could have just done this. I'm excited, but also really sad.
I hate to tell you this, but I like without doors too.
You know what's really cool? We're about to have a D100 with no doors, because I like doors on this.
I like to be warm.
Now, if it was one of those Ram Chargers that had the removable rear cap, I'd be all over it. But this thing would just suck all the air in and then project it right back out to the driver. Hey, if anybody wants a free Ram Charger door, it'll be available at our shop for the next maybe 48 hours, depending on when the scrap guys come. There. My emotional support Ram Charger and my emotional support dog, who wants to get out so bad.
She doesn't. The emotional support Ram.
Like, I don't want to be in there when that door falls. I don't like loud noises. Ready? Woo. Hear me out. Our first attempt at installing the D100 door was made with the hopes that Alex hadn't ruined the hinges, so we just did an initial door swap to see if that would work. At first glance, they didn't look twisted, so we just decided to run with it. Then we realized pretty quickly that that definitely was not going to work out for us. In light of that, we also laughed at how he really destroyed that door. Upon further inspection, we realized that we were going to have to change these hinges because we're about 99.99% sure Alex did bend them. Which, I mean, it's not a big deal testing the door on the hinges that are already on the Ram Charger, but yeah. So basically what that means is we have to take the dash out of the D100 and out of the Ram Charger to get to the top hinge. So we'll be sort of cleaning out the D100, and I'm finding some pretty nice stuff in here. So as I mentioned before, we really don't know what we're gonna do with the truck and a lot of the parts to it because they're all really solid, but we don't really need them all. So we're kind of just going through everything to see what we have. We have a 440 block that came with it, and of course, we have an oil pan gasket that's brand new. Found some Bondo wedges, which is cool, or spreaders. This is pretty neat. I don't really know why this is in here, but it's a Chrysler wedge oil pump pickup, brand new. And something that really excites me that I just found was a brand spanking new oil pump for a 440. That's pretty nice because I have a couple 440s in mind that I know we could use this on, not just the one in the back of the truck, but still nice to have. I don't know if it's just me, but I get really excited about really nice original parts. Like this gauge cluster is freaking perfect. I could literally nerd out over parts all day long. Honestly, I blame you, James. You're the reason why I love nice Mopar parts. But the whole point of today was to get the doors installed, so I had to move on from oogling and ogling over cool parts and get back to work. So the sad part is we gotta do this all over again.
What's this V shape?
Daisy's just over here watching all of this go down. What are your thoughts, Daisy? Are we done?
We're done.
Mm-hmm. We're dumb? We're dumb. Well, after like 2 hours of fiddle farting around with new hinges and the new door, I think it's safe to say we have a fully functional door. Why do you look so unamused?
I still have to put door panel on, interior door handle.
The door panel's easy.
The mirror.
All that's easy. So we've had this debate for literally forever. What color is this? Is it yellow? Is it orange? I personally think it's orange. James thinks it's yellow. I guess tomorrow when we go buy the paint from Tractor Supply, we'll find out what color it's actually specified as. I'm so happy it has a door. I still have to tighten up the door, so I'm like sitting here just enjoying and basking in the moment. Even though we have a bunch of tools we still have to clean up, the door is gonna have to get painted tomorrow. Lots of fun stuff, but I'm just excited. It's just, oh man, it's nice to have a door on your vehicle when you need it. This is your last moment to cast your votes. Is it orange or is it yellow? We're gonna find out. We're gonna go inside. I know what color it is because thankfully, actually the couple who used to own this live pretty close to us now and told us the exact color they bought, and they painted their New Yorker the same color. So I know what color it is. But you gotta tell me what you think before I show you at TSC. All of these colors to choose from. What could it be? Orange or yellow? Perfect. Must be a popular color. It's Cub Cadet yellow. It doesn't look yellow when it's on the truck, okay? But then I looked at all the Cub Cadets out front and I'm like, that's spot on to the truck. But Cub Cadet yellow, everybody. Still orange in me. Just to make sure I wasn't steered in the wrong direction. Yeah, I think that's spot on. It's painting time. The benefits to this specific paint job is that I don't have to be perfect with anything except to be a little bit thorough on my prep. The paint on the truck is truly a driveway paint job, and although I'm not knocking it, if I were to actually take the time to make this perfect, it just wouldn't match the rest of the car, which is obviously the end goal here. So my prep started with 120 grit Starkey abrasive sandpaper and a DA to get that surface rust and crud off. Once that was thoroughly clean, I masked off the sides and primed the door. Since I was going with a light and dark color, I primed all of the darker areas with a black primer and all of the lighter areas with a white primer. While I waited for that primer to dry, I have been dying to fix the bad masking job that was done on the Dodge Ram lettering on the tailgate. So, in a very informal fashion, I used my makeshift one-shot paint and a crappy art brush and went to town on making this better. Now that that primer is dry, I can lay the final color. My technique here is absolute trash because I was really trying to figure out this paint. It would run in some places and then dry in others, but eventually I was able to get a semi-uniform coat with minimal runs. I'm extremely pleased with what we've gotten accomplished today on the Ram Charger. I was kind of stupid and didn't realize that this implement paint is much more temperamental than most paints. I've never used implement paint ever in my life. It's just like a really sturdy, high adhesion enamel paint, but it just takes a lot longer to dry. I'll come back in tomorrow, take all the tape off, and then touch up the paint, and then we'll get the mirror installed. You're probably wondering why I didn't do this in the primer stage and or before the primer stage. It's just because I'm running really low on timing, but I'm very excited that it's done for the most part. And the door is fantastic. Tomorrow we will get this all wrapped up. I'll put the door panel back in and then we can drive the Ram Charger again. It looks really good actually. Like I was really worried from last night that it wasn't gonna dry because it was so tacky, and like I said before, I've never used implement paint before, so I really don't know what I'm doing. But it came out really nice. I mean, there's some runs and stuff in it, but the upside is the rest of the truck has runs in it. It's great. So it's time to slap a mirror on this baby, and then we can take it home, we can drive it around. I'm so happy. Oh, this mirror kicked our butt a little. Due to the size of it, it has a supportive plate that goes on the inside of the door with studs to give it more stability, and since the D100 had the smaller mirror, we had to retrofit this one, which took a little bit of finagling. Sweet! We have a mirror, and we have a door. Words cannot even explain how happy I am to have this truck back on the road. Although it was only down for a couple weeks, I really miss driving it because this is one of my favorite vehicles in our fleet, believe it or not. So now that we have a fresh door, it's time to take this thing cruising in the beautiful weather that we're currently having.